Hi, my name's Jackie, and I have self-published 4 books to date. The year is 2025, and this first book of mine came out back in 2014, came out via Create Space. If anybody remembers Create Space, go ahead and give me a little laugh emoji. But this video is about 7 things I have learned about self-publishing over the last 9 years, things I didn't know when I started on this book back in 2014. So I made this book via CreateSpace, and I knew how to write because I am an English major and I have written a million research papers, but I didn't know how to format a book. So I wrote the book, and then I had to figure out how to format it. And there were a bunch of YouTube videos about how to juxtapose the pages so that you get the proper layout. When you have it in a book format, a printed book format needs juxtaposition of pages and needs certain margins in certain ways. And I didn't know how to do any of that. And we were figuring it out using YouTube videos back in 2014. But it turns out there's an easier way to do things. The second thing I didn't know is that there are templates available via KDP. So Kindle Direct Publishing provides templates for you to use when you are formatting your book. So if you haven't seen those before, I'm going to provide a link in the description below this video so that you can find the video about how to get to those templates, how to download the zip file, and how to use that zip file to create the interior of your book. This is my newest book, and I did use those templates that I got from KDP. And you see it's got page numbers right there. It's got nice little header at the top. It came with a beautiful table of contents and all of these things that just make me very happy. And it was already ready to go. I just had to tweak a few things, plug in my information, my page numbers for the table of contents. I had to just change my name to the author name to my name. It was really simple. So yeah, check out those templates if you haven't seen them before. So the third thing I didn't know back in 2014 when I made this book is Google Docs. I didn't know Google Docs existed. God, it was such a Neanderthal. But there are a lot of people in these forums that I am on all the time now that still don't know Google Docs exists. And they're still like, hey, I'm using Word or I'm using some other thing. What should I use? And I used CreateSpace, I used Word, and now I'm using Google Docs. I'm really happy I switched to Google Docs. Everything's cloud-based and it saves everything for me, and it formatted this most recent book very nicely. I'm very happy with the way it turned out for the interior. And so yeah, if you haven't heard of Google Docs, definitely check that out. All right, so the fourth thing I didn't know about back when I made this book is that you can make covers on Canva. And it's actually super easy, and they have a lot of free options. They have some options where you can pay just a tiny, tiny amount to have your cover made. That way you don't have to pay anybody on Fiverr. You have complete control of the cover. You can change things and tweak things when you feel like doing it. So that's an option. What I did for this is I made an ebook cover, and then I uploaded the ebook cover when I uploaded my ebook, and then not Google, KDP, yeah, Amazon KDP, their cover generator generated a cover for me. But I actually made this whole cover. This whole cover was made not on Amazon. This was made on Canva. So there's 2 different ways you can do that. You can just do the ebook cover and then upload it to KDP, and they have a cover generator where you don't have to do anything. This was a little more manual. I went into Canva and I actually pasted in things and sized text boxes and put it together myself. But yeah, Canva. Back in the day, I used to use the Create Space cover generator to make these covers. And they're all right. They're not bad. They work. But yeah, Canva, pretty cool. Didn't know it existed 9 years ago. And number 5 that I didn't know is how badly I need an editor. Oh my goodness. I am an English major, and I got a perfect score on the Praxis for Reading. I can proofread like nobody's business. There are not grammatical errors in my writing, but this person who was a very experienced editor offered to edit my book for free when they were helping me format it. They looked over it. They're like, oh, I can do this for you. They had this excellent editing software where they would provide suggestions, and I could decide whether I wanted to keep the suggestions or not go with the suggestions. And all of their suggestions were really good. They suggested that I take out the word really, because it really was in my text a lot. And we ended up cutting the word really out dozens of times. They also just made some of the sentences more succinct. Sometimes I can be a bit verbose. And I think I have a style of my own, but let's make it easier for the reader to read, is what my editor told me. And she was right. So I did not know how badly I need an editor. You might be absolutely gifted when it comes to writing a sentence, but still, having a second set of eyes look at your work is a definitely good idea. It's a really good idea. All right, another thing I didn't know 9 years ago when I put this out is marketing and how important marketing is if you want anybody to know about your book. And so if you are planning on writing a book and you just want to write it for the fun of it, then, just make it, have some copies printed for you, give them out to your friends for free, but don't expect it to go anywhere if you don't market your book. And then the seventh thing that I didn't know when writing a book is kind of like how anticlimactic the whole thing is. Your book's going to come out and maybe nobody will know about it. Maybe it won't change the world. Maybe you think, oh, I'm going to write this book, it's going to be really good, and my life is going to change, and everybody's going to be blown away by it. But yeah, you know what? A lot of books are coming out every year, and if you aren't wanting to market your book, don't really expect it to just blow up overnight. Nobody's going to know it came out. So yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Wah, wah, wah. A lot of people in these forums think they're going to write a book, they're going to self publish, and then they're instantly going to be millionaires. And most of us are just, lucky if we see a few sales a month, if that. All right, so those are the 7 things I didn't know when I started self publishing. I hope you found some of this information interesting. I'm going to provide a video on the Canva tutorial for making covers for your book. So if that's something you're interested in, check that one out. And I'll even include a link to how to create brand imaging. So if you're looking to create a cohesive brand image for your publishing company or for your books or your author image, like how to do all of that. Sorry, I've been kind of incoherent. I am very tired, running on fumes from taking care of a 2-year-old in the middle of the night. But I hope you found this video useful and helpful. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. You'd be helping me out tremendously. All right, I wish you all the best.